Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will show you how to set up and deploy the new KuCoin trading bot they just launched today. And a quick briefing about the bot. Looks like the KuCoin trading bot will be free via the latest version of the app, and that is actually the reality. The KuCoin trading bot is only available on the KuCoin app. So for old school guys like myself who basically do all their day trading on computers, this kind of sucks. But elite traders learn to embrace the suck, and we will soldier on. I will download the app and configure this bot and get it deployed by the end of this video. Now it appears that the KuCoin trading bot currently will support a grid bot and a DCA bot. I will of course be looking to deploy a grid bot. And they also have plans for a few other bots in the future. It looks like margin grid, future grid, extreme volatility killer. That might be interesting. And again, you will need to download the KuCoin app to deploy this bot. So we'll jump over to my device, in this case my phone, and download that app. Alright, so I have my phone open. I've already downloaded the app. And once you log in, you'll arrive at your dashboard for the KuCoin app. And on the KuCoin app, if you look down here at some of their tools, you will find the trading bot. So we'll go ahead and open up the trading bot. And this will be the first time I'm walking through this, so you're going to walk in my boots along with me. So here we go. Welcome to the KuCoin trading bot. And I guess they're going to point out some of the features. Cloud robotics to keep you one stay. I think it's supposed to be one step ahead of others. Supports diverse trading strategies and markets to make more. Create your trading bot account and start trading now. So we'll tap the create bot button. And then the toolbar across the top, obviously I don't have any running because this is the first time I've ever been here. Profits and ranking won't apply as I have yet to deploy any bots. So it looks like I have the two options. You can see coming soon is the margin, the extreme volatility killer, and a dynamic positioning. So with those coming soon, now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button, as I will be doing videos on the margin grid and the extreme volatility killer for sure. So if you don't want to miss out on those videos, you might want to hit the notification button after you shoot that subscribe button. And today I'll be deploying the classic grid bot, and it looks like the description is volatility killer. Sell high, buy low. So we'll tap on that bot. And if you're curious about what grid trading is, basically, grid trading will create orders at incremental increasing and decreasing prices to make profits from the volatility. In doing so, individual investors can gain profit from the price gap on the market. And they recommend for novices to use the AI parameters. The trading bot will automatically set parameters based on the historical data. So that might be an option if you want them to basically create the bot for you. And then for experienced traders, it's suggested to use customized parameters to trade with your own strategy. And that's what we will be doing today. And it looks like our next step is to create, so we'll click on the create button. And I guess before we get in the weeds, they're going to send me a security email to confirm. So I need it to send me the code. And I'll punch the code in a moment, and I'll be right back. All right. Input the verification code, and we land on the configuration page, it looks like. Now I could actually just launch, it looks like, the AI parameters after giving it an amount to invest. And I do that with this little slider bar. And I guess if I hit create, it would use their AI parameters on BTC USDT. And for my quote currencies, it looks like I could use USDT, BTC, or ETH. And the reason you might want to use BTC or ETH is that is the currency you will accumulate when your bot takes profit. So when your bot takes profit and you're using BTC as your quote currency, the amount of BTC you have will increase, assuming your bot is making profit. So all the profit is paid to you in BTC. Today, I will deploy the bot on USDT. And you could actually do a search or just scroll down through the available currencies that you could trade. But I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm going to trade BTC USDT. And now that I have selected the pair, I need to go to Customize Parameters. and I need to set up a minimum price and a maximum price. And if I click on enter AI parameters, and you would end up with the parameters that the AI bot suggests. Now, when I configure my grid bots, I prefer to do it based on a chart, support, resistance, and these two little green candles over here will actually show you a chart. And on the chart, I can see a high of 41,948 and a low of 27.5. And the high and low in this case are from the 8-hour candles. Now, I don't use 8-hour candles. So let's jump to 1-hour candles. And based on this chart, I'm now looking at a high of 40,000 and a low of 32,000. I'm actually going to go with the daily candle chart. And I can see that this big sell-off came right into the 30,000 range. And again, my top is around that 42,000. And so that's where I'm going to actually set my grid parameters. Is I'm going to look for support around the 30,000 range, and I'm going to look at resistance at 42,000. And in reality, the AI parameters were close on the lower end, but I'm going to just take this flat out to 30,000. And they had the max price higher than I would have preferred. And if I went with the AI 62 placed orders, which essentially would be your grids, your limit orders, the interval in USDT would be $225, and then the profit per grid would be around 0.35% to 0.59%, and that is with the trading fee excluded. Now let's see what happens if I can increase the number of grids. So the maximum number of grids appears to be 63. So that didn't really change any of my figures. Let's see if I decrease the number of grids to say 40. Now, by decreasing the number of grids, my interval in USDT obviously went up to 350, and the profit per grid actually went up substantially to 0.64 to 1%, almost doubling by cutting that from 62 grids to 40. Let's see if we increase this up to 49. Okay, so by increasing the number up to 49, I've got my interval at 285 USDT, and then my profits per grid, trading fee excluded, of 0.08%. I'm looking at a profit per grid of 0.49% to 0.79%. Now I'm comfortable with that. And so the next step is to determine the total investment I want to give the bot. And here you see use BTC. And if I click on this little button, it gives you an explanation that the trading bot will use your BTC and USD in trading account. Profits of BTC USD grid trading will be settled in USDT. And so therefore you'll be accumulating USDT. And obviously when the price rises, it will sell the BTC that you hold, and thus the amount of BTC will decrease. So if I click confirm, that would activate using my BTC. Now in this case, I don't actually hold any BTC on this particular exchange, so I'm going to trade strictly with my USDT. And the amount of USDT I have available looks like 3,100. Now I'm not going to give the bot my full balance, so I could use the slider and slide that over and give the bot whatever percentage amount I wanted to give. But for this particular deployment, I'm only going to give it $500. And it looks like you have some optional settings for a stop price. And if I want to set a stop price, let's say if the price goes below 29,000, I want to get stopped out. And that would be the minimum price that you're willing to sell your base currency. In this case, my base is BTC. My quote is USDT. And just like with a normal stop loss, once the price is lower than the stop price, the trading bot will automatically sell the base currency to stop losses. Now, I'm actually okay if the price goes lower than that. I don't mind holding BTC for the long term. So I'll go ahead and turn the stop price off. And then the entry price is actually a handy option because most of the bots I've deployed on, say, Bitscap, it does a market order for the base currency the moment you deploy the bot. And the purpose of that market order is to accumulate enough of your base currency to allow the bot to sell the limit orders on the way up. So you have to hold some of that base currency for the grid bot to actually function. Now, the entry price option would actually allow you to set that price at a lower price if you didn't want to enter at a market order. And so in this case, Bitcoin's currently trading at, say, 36,000. Maybe you want to wait for it to pull back before you want this bot to actually get going. And so you could put in something like 34,000. And so the bot would basically wait to enter the market at 34,000, which would also postpone essentially the deployment of your bot, because you do need to hold that base currency. And I don't want to postpone the deployment of the bot, so I'm going to buy at market right now. And so now I have the bot configured with my minimum price, which is the lower level of the grid, and my maximum price, which is the upper level of the grid. I have 49 limit orders essentially spread out, which will be my grids, and with an interval of USDT of 285, and then my profit per grid will be somewhere between 50% and 80%. And then I set my total investment for the bot of $500. And now the last thing to do is to actually deploy the bot. So I click on create. And so it just wants to confirm that it will transfer from my trading account about $500. The trading pair will be BTC, USDT, the price ranges that we set, and it will place the number of orders of 49, the profit per grid, and my trading fee of 0.08%. And then, as I mentioned, it does need to place a market order to execute the classic grid bot, so it will buy 0.0075 Bitcoin at the optimum price, which is going to be market. And click and confirm. And it looks like the grid bot is running. And you can see my entry price where it did the market order, and that now the current price of BTC. And then the power button would allow me to shut down the bot. And so now the bot is up and running. It's been going for 2 minutes now. And it looks like the price has decreased. If I click on that, it will actually pull up the chart. Now, what would actually be nice if on the chart I could actually see my grid, but I don't see anywhere where I can actually see a grid. Now, if I click in this area, it will show me all my orders. I have a total of 49 orders. And you can see the bot parameters on how we set up the bot. And the stop orders are basically my take profit orders. It would be nice if I could actually see a chart with a grid, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And so I will be doing an update video in the very near future on how this bot is performing, profit or loss, and if I've discovered any new features for this bot. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. Also, if you like the button, do me a favor and spike a like. If you have any comments or questions, leave those in the comment section down below. I will leave a link to KuCoin in the description down below. If you don't already have a KuCoin account, you can follow that link to sign up. And in closing, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. I'll see you in the next video.